Hello students, in continuation with the previous lectures, today we are going to start the session 5 of your unit first of B part, that is web applications, right? So as you can see, the title of the session is creating and publishing web pages, blog, fine. So here, first of all, we have to be very clear that what is a blog. Actually, blog is an online journal, okay, with the help of which we can display the events related to us. It can be used to share the information, to share the creation of a particular person, right? So this is the concept of blog, that how it came. The term blog is a combination of actually two words, web blog, and it was given by the person John Barger in 1997. Okay, then later on, it was broken up into two words like vblog, fine, in 1999 by Peter Melrose. Fine. So, the person who is going to write a blog is also called as a blogger. Right? There are different websites which are going to offer how a blog can be made. Fine. So first of all, we have to be very clear about the different websites like WordPress.com, Tumblr.com, Blogger, Weebly. Okay. So before creating a blog, that means before posting something on your blog, you need to have a blog account. Okay. तो blog account बनाने के लिए you can go for any of these websites. For example, here is taken as WordPress.com. Fine. So for WordPress, just I can show you that I have opened this page for you. This is the URL for WordPress.com. Fine. This is the home page. Then it will show you different options to go for here. Fine. If you want to make the blog, it will be like this. Okay. Now get started. If you will go, fine. So it will ask you different options, and you have to create the account first. It will ask your details, okay, like email address, username, password, and all. Fine. After doing all these things, see, you have to give your email ID, username, and password. Then you have to create the blog. Fine. Then you have to click on the keyword for the topic that if you want whatever you want to give to your blog. Then there are the plans, different one like free or paid. You can select any of them according to your requirement. Name you can give for your blog whatever you want to give. Okay. Then after completing all the registration process, you have to write your content. Then after writing the content, see here, then after writing the content, you have to publish it. Fine. Then this way you can update and create the post, and then finally you can submit it. Okay. There is a different like an article has been written here. Now whenever a blog has to be written, the objective should be very clear. Fine. It should have headline, it should be having some easy language. Fine. The content should be means beautifully presented, so that the reader is going to attract towards itself and read it. Fine. Always there should be a call to action at the end, so that whatever you want the user to do with the blog, whether it should be subscribed or downloaded, or some comments you want from the user as a feedback, that also have to be done. Fine. Now the next thing is about offline blog. Fine. Now there says, just like a blog, we are having offline blog. Now since the word offline is attached here, that means the blogs which can be posted online without an internet connection. Okay, आपने बना के रख लिया, and it is going to be working as offline also. So for that you are having these kind of offline blog editors like Windows Live Editor. It is basically for Windows. Then Kumana, Blogdesk, and Blogjet. Right? So these are the different offline blogs. इसका फ़ायदा क्या है? That with the help of offline blog, you can write your blog even if you are not connected to internet. You can schedule your post. You have written it and you want to post it at a particular date and time, that can be done. And multiple blogs can be posted in less time. ठीक है, जैसे for example here has been given for Windows Live Writer. There are the steps to download it. The URL has been given. You have to download it first. Then after downloading, you will get it in your programs. Okay. Then you can configure it. Fine. It will ask you these steps to configure. For that, whichever blog service you want to have, you can do it. And then you have to add your blog account there. Fine. Then whatever type of blog you want to have, you have to do it. You have to click on next step. Fine. And then it can be done. When all the things are done, you can finally finish it up. Then the next one, how to create the post. Simply the same window you will get. You have to enter the post title. Then after clicking on insert tab, if you want to have a picture and all, you can add it there. Fine. And the text that you want to have, that can be beautifully done, and after that all the things have to be posted. So this is how you can create a blog online and offline. Okay, now this session is this much only. Now we'll come to the next session about online transaction. Right now, when we go for online transaction, that means when the money has to be transferred online. Right, we don't need to go to bank and all. We can transfer it online. You people must be very friendly with these online transaction nowadays. Right, there are certain websites which offer online shopping like these. Amazon are there, Zebong hai, Myntra, Flipkart. Fine, these are going to give you online shopping facilities. Fine, and what is the advantage of e-shopping? That means, see here, one introduction is given like Amazon has been fine. Jeff Bezos is there, fine, which is going to start this who has started this Amazon. Okay, this is a shopping website. Now, what are the advantages of it? That with the help of online shopping, uh, it can be done very conveniently at any time, at any place, from wherever you are comfortable. You are having internet connection. You can do it. No need to go anywhere. You can view the details very perfectly. You can shop whenever it is convenient. आप अच्छे से प्रोडक्ट सर्चिंग कर सकते हैं. It is time saving. Fine, mobility problems are not there. You don't have to move anywhere. You don't have to take care of the how you will bring the purchased item to your home and all. Fine, so these are the advantages. Now there are certain disadvantages also. You can just see the product. You can't touch it or you can't feel it. Fine, there can be a mismatch between the actual product and the displayed product, colors and all. Fine, and maybe you are not able to satisfy all the queries regarding that particular product because there is no salesperson to answer your queries. Fine, and returning a product is very tedious process. Fine, so these are the advantage and disadvantages of the what you can say online shopping. Fine, now online transactions using Flipkart. Now if you are going to have a purchasing something using an online website like Flipkart, so you have to go for online transaction. Right, तो जब आप ऑनलाइन ट्रांजेक्शन अप्लाई करेंगे तो ऑब्वियसली यू हैव टू गिव योर details and all. Fine, you have to first select the product. Fine, then buy now, then OTP you will get, one time password at your phone. Then after doing all these things, you have to go for the payment method. Fine, then when you will be getting these all, you have to give your account number. Fine, and all the details, and after that when it is successfully done, you will get a confirmation message that this amount has been taken from your account and all. Okay, so this is like that. Now the next thing is about e-reservations. If you want to have reservate means if you want to have a reservation for some journey like in train or bus, so there are the different websites like IRCTC. You must be knowing about this website, Redbus, Yatra.com. Okay, so these are the different websites through which online reservations for buses and trains can be done. Like there is one steps are shown for Redbus. Okay, .in. But first you have to sign up your means you have to create an account, then you have to fill the details that from where to where you want to go and on which date and all. You have to mention the details. Fine, then obviously after doing that you have to search out that whether the buses are available for the particular sources and destinations or not, what are the seats over there. Okay, so this way you have to search for this, then seats are available or not. Then after doing all these things, if you are finally confirmed that you have to book it, then you have to take out for you have to go for the proceedings for booking procedure. Then how you are going to pay. Okay, then again you will get the OTP for this. Okay, this way you can view that view and get a reservation for different journeys that you want to have. Okay, this is also for IRCTC for reservation for trains. Okay, Indian Railway. Fine, similar is the procedure for this, that how you're going to do it. Okay, then here also you have to give all these things, source and destination, date. You have to find the available train or not, what are the departure time, arrival time, kya hai, kaisa hai. Then you can get it like this ticket is there. Okay, availability status this, then you can finally continue for the booking. See here the option for continue booking or replan booking on looking onto the status of the seats available. Okay, so this way you can have a reservation. Then the next is internet security. Fine, now when we go for internet security, here internet security basically means that how you are going to protect your data, basically hardware on computer systems as well. Fine, against the different threats that we are having. Now the question here is what are threats. देखिए जब आप सारी चीज़ें ऑनलाइन ट्रांसफ़र कर रहे हैं तो इज़ इट सेफ टू डू इट लाइक दैट और वी हैव टू टेक सम प्रिकॉशंस. तो इंटरनेट सिक्योरिटी इज़ ऑल अबाउट दैट. that whenever the data is transferred all over the internet, how it has to be saved, fine, and how we have to keep it safe while moving from one place to another, fine. So this all is about internet security. Simply you can say that is this internet security is going to protect the computer against the risk and the threats. Okay. Now what are threats? These are going to impact the network, data security, and other internet connected systems. Fine, we are having different techniques to there are different techniques through which the data can be affected. It can be stolen, it can be modified, it can be misused. Fine, so these are the different practices, like with the help of virus, worms, ransomware, hacking. ठीक है, तो इन सब से we have to protect our data. ठीक है, तो what are the different practices for security, आप कैसे उसे protect कर सकते हैं. Whenever you are going to share some information, you have to think before it. Find personal information share करने से पहले you should be asking about different queries कि कौन पूछ रहा है, क्यों पूछ रहा है, what can be the use of it. ठीक है, you have to use the strong passwords, you have to use your credit card online. ठीक है, ऑटोमेटिक लॉगिन फीचर्स को अवॉइड करना चाहिए. वी हैव टू फाइन एंड वट एवर द OTP आर देयर, नो नीड टू टेल टू एनीवन. Fine. And you have to, when you are going to log in different services, you have to use existing accounts where okay, no need to log in everywhere and give your email ID and other things over there. You have to use antivirus software, anti-spy software. ठीक है, तो ऐसे करके you have to take certain precautions. And don't use public Wi-Fi for these kind of transactions. Fine. And any software has to be installed very properly. It should not be from any unknown resources and all. ठीक है, and whatever the, and it should be carefully scanned properly. Right? तो ये सारे आपके कुछ points हैं that you have to take care. You have to take your password very proper usage of password should be there. Don't no need to give it to anyone. No need to share it. It should be a strong password, like a combination of different characters, numbers, marks and all, whatever. ठीक है, तो strong password होना चाहिए. Strong password is basically 12 to 14 characters long, and it should be a mixture of all these different kind of characters. ठीक है, and it should be easy to remember for you but difficult to guess by someone else. ठीक है, तो ये चीज़ें आपको ध्यान रखनी है. नाउ हाउ यू कैन क्लियर द डेटा स्टोर्ड इन ब्राउजर्स. जैसे आप कई बार सर्फिंग करते हैं, तो देर आर डिफरेंट थिंग्स like open internet explorer browser. You have to go to tools menu and click on internet options. You will get it from the menus. Fine. Then from this internet options you can click on delete button. Fine. Then clicking on delete button, you can click the delete. यहाँ पे देखिए delete browsing history, whether you want to clear it for a particular website, whether you want to clear it for a particular time duration, like for a week or a 10 days or for a particular day. So all these settings regarding the data that is stored temporarily on your computer while surfing on the internet, you can clear it out so that no one else can know ki what have you searched and what are your things like that. Okay, so these settings are used for that. So finally this is the end of the chapter now. Fine, so this web applications has been completed with the discussion of all these things, that how internet is going to work, how security is going to work, and how we can go for online shopping, online reservations and all. I hope that you have learned good things from this chapter so that you can implement it practically as well. And since in this pandemic time you are going to have so many online activities, fine, you must be, you're having phones with you, you must be using the online reservation and all. Okay, online booking of tickets, online transactions like Google Pay. Fine, so just have a practice of it and take care of all these security, internet security issues that you have to deal with. So you have to keep all these precautions in your mind and practically implement them. So that's all for this chapter, this unit. Thank you everyone.